Today in Sports Report, boxing, Astana Arlans' two home duels have different popularities. Motorsport, the outcomes of the World Championship on motorcycle ice racing. The fifth stage of a regular season of the World Series of Boxing is coming to its equator. Before the starts of the first season, serious staff changes took place in the camp of Wolves, which caused anxiety among the fans of the club. A new manager, Jibek, and a new coach, Marat Jakiev, came to the team. The start of the season proved that the fears of fans were in vain. Arlans won all 7 opponents and now are confidently standing on first place. A home meeting with the Argentinian Condors must have finished with a confident win of Arlans. As the director of the club, Jibek, said in a pre-match conference, "There are no such fighters in Argentina who could beat the Kazakhstani boxers." Everything was moving according to the plan. In the weight category to 52 kilos, the Kazakhstani Azamat Isakulov met in the ring with Ricardo Ibarra. The representative of the pack took a lead in all 5 rounds, and according to the results of 5 rounds, we won it by a unanimous decision of the judges. During the fight, I felt confident and believed to win. My opponent made some mistakes and I was able to take advantage of them. I can't say that the representative of Argentina is a weak boxer. He is good, but today I could prove my excellence. There are many matches ahead. We will have to train. Roman Shigrinov increased the advantage of Astana Arlans in a duel with Brian Nunez. The duel in the weight category to 60 kilos lasted for 5 rounds and completed with the win of an Arlan by points. The rival was not easy, he was experienced. He held 7 meetings and won in all of them. I watched all his fights and knew his abilities. I knew how to work with him, regular pressing of course. I was a bit tired at the end, but on the whole I'm satisfied with the result. In the third battle, the Croatian legionary Krvoje Sep's opponent in the weight category to 81 kilos was Jose Oliveira. Being short but having a great desire to win, Sep went forward. Trying to reduce the distance regularly, the Croatian worked in a comfortable style for him. Nevertheless, he missed counter-attacks. Oliveira tried to seize the initiative and impose his own tactics, but Shep measured, pressurizes, and as a result, he brought a TKO to Arlans. The Argentinian boxers are brave and always ready, because it is not easy to box with them. But in this case, my opponent was a bit weak in the technique and I won him easily. The favorite of Kazakhstani fans and the leader of the national team, Danyar Yelusinov, performed in the 4th duel. In the weight category to 69 kilos, his opponent was Luis Veron. The rival of Yelusinov turned out to be tough. Danyar performed in his favorite style, trying to replay his opponent, but he had to face with stiff resistance. It was not easy to beat the Argentinian, and the win was really difficult. The tactics depend on what the sportsman really can be. I can replay my rival in a distance, I work well in a far and middle distance. I tried to keep him away. I had to counterattack faster, more accurate and smarter. In the final 5th duel in the weight category over 91 kilos, another Croatian legionary of the pack, Filip Krigovic, met Carlos Ortegi. While weighing in, there was a difference in anthropometric data, and after finishing weighing, the Croatian noticed the fear in the eyes of his opponent. In the first round, Hrgovic spent his 3 minutes for an investigation, and in the second round he started fighting seriously, and Carlos Ortega knelt down twice after his accurate punches by his left hand. The win of Philippe with a TKO brought a total dry victory of Arlans in the match.
Easy fight for me. He's not so much experience, but he's brave, you know. He go forward, and congratulations to him for the fight, and we win like a team 5-0, and I'm happy, very happy.
In the 7th match of the WSB, one of the most difficult opponents of the Arlans in the group, the Italian Thunders came to the South capital. The champion of Kazakhstan, Timurtaz Yusupov, got a formidable rival. The Irish legionary of an Italian club, Patrick Barnes, leads the individual rating of the WSB of the current season. I had 3 fights and won in all of them. Timurtaz has had only 1 fight this year in which he beat Rasul Saliev from Azerbaijan. In the weight category to 56 kilos, the coach staff of Astana Arlans decided to examine the bronze medalist of the World Championship 2013, Kairat Iraliyev. His opponent, the Irish Conlon, became 5th in the Almaty tournament. This season, Michael John Conlon was beaten once by the Azerbaijani Magomed Gurbanov and won in another 2 fights. He knocked out Puerto Rican Gomez Conlan and now takes the 2nd place in an individual rating of the WSB. The Italian boxers are strong, especially in the WSB. That is why it is going to be a good match. I hope our boxers will demonstrate good boxing, and we expect to win. In the weight category to 64 kilos, both rivals Askhad Walikhanov and Vincenzo Magia Capre suffered a defeat this season from the same boxer, Guy Batula Gajialiyev of Baku Fires, and it took place in Azerbaijan. The following can be said about the next pair, Miriam Nursultanov and Rafael Muno. The champion of Kazakhstan, Nursultanov, is another bright debutant of the last season of the WSB. This year he hasn't got the coach staff down. He had 2 fights and won twice. The Kazakhstani boxer shares the 3rd place in an individual rating of the WSB, and his rival, Rafael Muno, changed the first number, Salvatore Cavaliaro of the Italian club, and it is going to be his first performance in the ring this season. It is really a good team. They were winners of the 2nd season. We trained hard for this match, and tomorrow we can see what will happen. I watched all the fights of my rival. I investigated them with my coaches. The ring will show us tomorrow. The boxing night was closed by the pair of Vasily Levitt and Andrei Spahiu. Invincible Levitt takes the 1st place in an individual rating, and his rival had 1 win and 2 defeats in his pocket this season.
It's always difficult to come and fight in Almaty with the Astana Arlans, but this year we've got a good team. So, if I remember well, we never have won in Almaty. I think we came twice in 1st and 2nd edition, but this year hopefully we'll do better.
When it was high time to appear in the ring, the degree of tension rolled over the critical level. In the first pair, the rivals started their fights in a high tempo. Barnes attacked in a distance, and Yusupov was good in a close infighting. The Irish legionary of an Italian club firstly met a worthy opponent this year, but the advantage in 2 rounds was given to Barnes. It was clear that the coaching staff of Arlans investigated and learned the style of the fighting of Barnes and prepared their tactics for Timurtaz. The Kazakhstani boxer was faster and more accurate in the 3rd round, although it was not enough for a total win. There were some moments when I had to work, but I didn't demonstrate the desired activity. The big mistake was that I didn't perform the installation of the coaches. The significance of the 2nd fight grew up for the Kazakhstani club, and Kairat Iraliyev led the fight very well and confidently. He was ahead of the less aggressive Barnes, another Irish of the Italian team, Michael John Conlon. Kairat attacked well with a series of beating their rivals. In the defense, he made several mistakes which were taken into consideration by the judges. In the 4th round, the Kazakhstani got cut and the referee in the fight stopped the fight. It was high time to consider referee cards, and it was in favor of Iraliyev. The fight was hard. He is the representative of an Irish school, a very experienced boxer, and the bronze medalist of the Olympic Games. We were training with my coach for this meeting and developed our tactics. Due to it, I could beat him and win. The duel between Askhad Walikhanov and Vincenzo Magia Capre, the advantage was posed by an Italian boxer from the first start to the final bell. Magia Capre was ahead of Walikhanov. Askhad couldn't break the style of the fight. All judges gave the win to the representative of the Italian club, and the Thunders led again 1-2. The boxer Mirim Nursultanov held his fight against Rafael Muno brilliantly and effectively. The Kazakhstani boxer can't have performed with mistakes, and Nursultanov sustained this psychological burden. He replayed completely his opponent technically and tactically. Vasily Levit and Andrei Spahiu appeared in the ring to put an end to this persistent match. Just in the first round, the referee opened the score of the Italian, and in the second round, Spahiu kneeled and dropped his mouth guards, but this trick didn't help him. The Kazakhstani added, and the fight was stopped. Vasily Levit brought a win to Arlans in the match. The responsibility is on the shoulder of every member of the team. If the two other fights we didn't win, my win would not play any importance. Of course, we adjusted to win. Every fight is high responsibility, regardless of the points. Speedway or motorsport on the ice are the competitions held on the ice track on special prepared motorcycles with spikes. It is one of the most difficult and dangerous and also amazing discipline of a motorsport. Those showy competitions are watched by over 200 million spectators. The people and guests of the South Capital also had a chance to see this extreme type of sport. After a long break, the high skating rink Medeo accepted the third stage of the 50th anniversary finals of the Individual Speedway World Championship. Over 2 days, 18 ice gladiators were fighting for the title of the best. They were from 7 countries of the world: Sweden, Austria, Germany, Russia, the Czech Republic, Finland, and Kazakhstan. Any world championship is an important event for both sportsmen and fans. These are the sportsmen who passed selection tournaments, and now they're in the final. I mean, they're the best in the world. The rink was crowded both in the first and in the second competitive days. It means that there is a great interest to ice motorsport in Kazakhstan. Fresh air, a warm day, and incredibly beautiful landscape around the rink give a special flair to these competitions. Medeo has a great experience in holding competitions of such a high level on ice speedway. But the last Speedway World Championship took place in Medeo back in 1992. I am from Almaty. I was in the World Championship about 23 years ago in my childhood, and I still remember it with pleasure. I came here to get a good mood, emotions, impressions, and extreme. We're expecting to see a show. We're expecting good results. It is going to be exciting because the last championship was in the early 90s. We were young to see it. I would like it to take place more frequently to develop a culture, and the stadium would be overcrowded. The starts of the second day race got started later because of the condition of the ice. The warm night didn't allow increasing the necessary thickness of the ice cover. Thousands of spectators waited patiently until the team of specialists reformatted the track according to the safety requirements. When everything was ready, the results exceeded all expectations. The Kazakhstani national team was presented by 3 sportsmen in the face of a 4-time champion of Kazakhstan, Vladimir Shiblokov, Pavel Nekrasov, and Denis Slepukin.
Ответственность, конечно, тяжелая, но тем не менее это вот единственные мы 3 спортсмена, которые.
The responsibility is high. Nevertheless, we are the only 3 sportsmen who are in the ranks. Of course, I'd like Kazakhstan to have more sportsmen to take part. The atmosphere is pleasant. There were plenty of fans from Germany and Austria, from the Kamensk, Uralsk city. It is the center of motorsport in Russia. I'd like to thank all fans of our team and the people who supported the team of Kazakhstan. We were greeted warmly, and I'm very happy.
Спасибо всем болельщикам, кто болеет за команду Казахстана. Очень тепло приветствует. Я рад, я очень рад.
According to the results of the first day race, the list of leaders was headed by the Russian Dmitry Koltakov. The second one was Brat Zorn from Austria, and the third place was won by another Russian sportsman, Dmitry Homitsevich. On the second day of the Almaty stage, the win was celebrated by a 2-time and current champion of the world, the Russian Danil Ivanov. He won all 5 raids and got maximum points, 15. The second place was won by another representative of Russia and the winner of the first day, Dmitry Koltakov. their compatriot, Dmitry Homitsevich, became the bronze medalist.